can't believe I have to make a video like this. Greetings, everyone! My name is ShiningStar5022, and I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Gen 9 of Pokemon's not gonna be next year. I hate to break it to y'all, but we already have a mainline Pokemon game for next year, Legends Arceus. If that's not enough to prove that next year is too soon for a new gen, allow me to state in detail why Gen 9 will be in 2023, not 2022. Alright, so every single generation has to last 3 years. And the merchandising and stuff, like the anime for instance, is dependent on new mainline games. Without the mainline series, every other bit of marketing will run out of stuff to market for that year. Except that's complete and utter BS. What everyone forgets is that we have had 4-year release cycles in the past, specifically with Gens 3 and 4. Also, up until Generation 7, we have always had at least one gap year. So what happened during those gap years? Was the franchise on the verge of bankruptcy due to everything being at standstill as a consequence of the lack of mainline games during the holiday season? No! We got stuff like big spin-off titles, filler TCG sets, and even some filler seasons of the anime. If anything, in terms of the anime, they might actually benefit from an extra year as there's a lot of stuff they have yet to touch. Plus, in terms of Pokemon Go, they are in no real danger of running out of stuff to promote either, since not only can they focus on new Hisuian Mons, they can also release Pokemon they have yet to release. It's not just Pokemon Go either. There are tons of other unreleased content and other mobile games that they can drop. The point is, the Pokemon Company doesn't need a mainline game to drop in time before the holiday season to market everything. Nor do they always need to wrap up the current gen after 3 years. Also, I know what y'all are thinking.
Well, Legends Arceus is dropping in early 2022, and they can still announce Gen 9 during Pokemon Day!
Okay, first off, Legends Arceus releasing early next year rather than late next year doesn't change anything, since a mainline game that year is still a mainline game that year, regardless of the time frame. Second, even if they just did a small tease to Gen 9 during Pokemon Day, which is a month after Legends Arceus drops, announcing a new generation would seriously hurt the sales of Legends Arceus, since the guys who haven't pre-ordered will likely skip Legends Arceus in favor of a brand new generation. After all, Game Freak doesn't want to risk killing sales momentum for Legends Arceus this quick just to announce a new generation. And we haven't even touched upon the development side of Pokemon, which is way more important than marketing. Okay, to any of y'all who still think they can drop a new generation the same year as another mainline game, especially one as big as Legends Arceus, let me spill the tea. Legends Arceus isn't some small baby's first Pokemon game like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It's a large, ambitious game and the next big step in the Pokemon franchise. Hell, I would go on to say that this game in particular looks bigger than any past Pokemon game. There is absolutely no way that they could squeeze out a second game of the same caliber within 10 months. Oh, and before y'all bring up the fact that there are 2 teams working on separate games at Game Freak, and that there's a possibility that said second team is working on Gen 9 while the first team is working on Legends Arceus, Game Freak's second team mainly focuses on smaller projects like follow-up games and DLCs. There is also an elephant in the room that people forget about. The global pandemic! You know, the thing that disrupted development drastically to the point where lots of games had to be delayed, including some from Nintendo. Taking all these factors into consideration, if we did end up getting Gen 9 in 2022, what we'll get is a seizure-inducing, glitch-ridden mess that horribly taints the game even if said glitches were patched. Furthermore, no one would want to buy the surrounding merch for a broken mess. Okay, so y'all may be wondering, if they can't release a mainline game in the holiday season of 2022, what can they release? Well, as I mentioned before, they could drop a big spin-off title around that time. After all, it was during the gap between Pokemon Emerald and Pokemon Diamond and Pearl when we got our first Mystery Dungeon game. So, what spin-off title could they release the same year as Legends Arceus? Well, do y'all remember Detective Pikachu 2? That one game that was announced all the way back in 2019, and yet we still have no news for it to this day? They could finally release that game during the holiday season to keep people busy. Additionally, they can also release DLC for Legends Arceus if they want to keep that game alive until Gen 9 comes. Basically, the Pokemon Company doesn't have to release a mainline game every holiday season. They can focus on smaller titles for the holiday while getting their big guns out of the way early on in the year. Pokemon's not just about VGCs and Pokemon Go after all. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I personally think Gen 9 is coming out no earlier than 2023. Heck, the earliest I see it dropping is January 2023 because of all the stuff I mentioned in this video. However, in the end, Game Freak and the Pokemon Company are unpredictable. For all we know, they could drop 2 mainline games next year. Guess we'll never know. Anyway, I hope to see you guys next time!